Hi kindergartners. Today we're going to be taking a language theme test. Now we've done these in class many times before, but I want to remind you that during a test we don't receive help from parents or teachers because we're trying to see what you know and understand. If you have a question about how to work the video or you need me to be able to repeat something, you can definitely ask a parent or sibling to help you rewind the video so you know what I'm asking. But otherwise, I want you to do your best to do this on your own. I'm gonna make sure that I go as slow as I can for you, but if at any time I'm going too fast, you can go ahead and press pause on the video and then restart again when you're ready, okay? So we've been working on a couple different language skills. We've been working on reading words that have a short O in the middle, like aw, like the word ought, hot. We've been working on reading several new sight words. We've also been working on reviewing some letters that are beginning sounds in words. I'm going to be asking you a couple questions about all the different things we've been learning. Now, as you can remember from in class, these tests can be pretty long. So if you need to stop and take a break in between and go play outside for 5 minutes or have a Play-Doh break or just get up and stretch, at any time you can always just press pause on the video and then come return when you're ready, okay? All right, so we're gonna get started. Let me adjust my camera so you can see my test. I'm gonna read aloud the instructions with you. Let's hope that that stays where it's supposed to stay. All right, my friends, so you should have out your daily packet, and in your daily packet is your theme test. It's one of the first few pages in your daily packet for today, week 2, day 4. And you should have done your journal page, and then this will be the next page in your packet. So go ahead and write your name and number at the top of your packet and also write the date. You can press pause until you're ready, and we're going to turn our page and flip our packet. I would like everyone looking at the big A at the top of your page. Okay, I'm going to ask you some questions. Remember, you can always pause the video if I'm going too fast for you. All right, my friends, I'm going to name the different sounds to make up a word, and I'd like you to blend those sounds together and circle which picture whose name is made when you blend together these sounds. Are you ready for number 1? Here are the sounds. O, E, F. O, E, F. Circle the picture whose name is made when you blend those sounds together. Number 2. Same instructions, but a new word. B-O-N. B-O-N. Please circle the picture whose name is made when you blend those sounds together. B-O-N. We're going to flip our packets over. Number 3. Put your finger on number 3. I see Larry Lion, Pippa Pig, and Dudley Duck. Listen as I say this word, and I'd like you to think of the sound that you hear at the beginning of this word. Dot. Dot. What's the first sound you hear? Is it the sound that Larry Lion stands for, Pippa Pig, or Dudley Duck? The word is dot. What's the beginning sound? Put your finger on number 4. Now I want you to listen to that same word, but this time we're going to listen to the ending sound. Dot. Dot. Which alpha friend stands for the last sound you hear in dot? Dot. Is it Tiggy Tiger, Hattie Horse, or Reggie Rooster? Dot. You're looking for the ending sound. Dot. You're working so well. Go ahead and turn your page and flip your packet. Now we're going to think of the middle sound in the word dot. D-ot. Which alpha friend stands for that middle sound? Is it I-Z iguana, A-Li octopus, or Andy apple? Who stands for the middle sound in d-ot? Great work. Let's flip our packets. Please be looking at the big letter B at the top of your page. Remember, you can always pause if you're not ready. I'm going to read a story to you. As I read, you can look at this big picture on the top of the page. Then we'll answer some questions about the story. A pig and a sheep were tired of spending every day at the farm. They wanted to go to school just like the farmer's children. They wanted to learn and play. One day, after the farmer's children got on the school bus, the sheep and the pig followed the bus all the way to school. At school, they sat in seats in the classroom. They listened to the teacher read a story and watched as the children drew pictures. The sheep and the pig were very well behaved. At recess time, the sheep and the pig went outside to play with the other children. And after lunch, they read stories just like everyone else. The sheep and the pig were glad they got to go to school. Please put your finger on number 1. Think back to the story that I just read to you. Could you please circle which picture shows something that could happen in real life? Could sheep and pigs put on clothes? Could kids get on a school bus? Or could sheep and pigs follow a bus to school with backpacks and clothes on? Which one of these pictures could happen in real life? We're going to turn our page and flip our packet and answer some more questions about that story. You should still be looking at some pictures of sheep and pigs and a number 2. Put your finger on number 2. Which picture shows something that is make-believe? Sheep and pigs reading in a classroom? Students working in a classroom? Or students listening to a teacher read a story? Which shows something make-believe that would not happen in real life? Put your finger on number 3. Which picture shows something that could happen in real life? Something that is real. Could pigs and sheep swing on a swing set? Could kids play together? Or could pigs and sheep read books in a library? Circle the picture that could happen, that is real. Then flip your packet over. We're going to continue on the big letter C. I'm going to read another story aloud to you. As I read, you can rest your pencil. I'll let you know when it's time to work again. Listen to the story carefully. On Saturday morning, Mrs. Green went shopping. She bought some little packages of seeds that would grow into big, delicious vegetables. When Mrs. Green got home, she didn't go into her garden and she didn't open any of the packages of seeds. She tied a pretty ribbon around the packages and took them to her neighbor as a gift. Mrs. Green's neighbor was happy with her gift. She quickly planted the seeds and watered them very well. And before long, Mrs. Green's neighbor had a garden filled with big, delicious vegetables. In fact, she soon had so many beautiful vegetables that she could share them with her neighbor, Mrs. Green. Put your finger on number 1. Think back to the story. Which picture shows what Mrs. Green bought when she went shopping on Saturday morning? Did Mrs. Green buy groceries, vegetables, milk, fruit, cans? Did she buy paint and a paintbrush? Or did she buy packets of vegetable seeds? Please flip your packet. Oh, sorry, not flip, just turn your page and then flip your packet. You should be looking at some more pictures of Mrs. Green's and her neighbor and some pictures of gardens with the number 2 and 3. Put your finger on number 2. Which picture shows what Mrs. Green did when she got home? Did Mrs. Green tie a ribbon around the packages of seeds? Did Mrs. Green plant the seeds in her garden? Or did Mrs. Green hang out with a bird? Circle which picture shows what Mrs. Green did when she got home from the store. Put your finger on number 3. Which picture shows what happened to the seeds that Mrs. Green gave to her neighbor? Did they grow into flowers? Did they grow into vegetables? Or did they grow and then die? What happened to the seeds that Mrs. Green gave to her neighbor? If you're feeling like you need a break, now would be a good time to stop. Get up, get a drink of water, play with Play-Doh for a few minutes, and then come back and continue. If you need a break, pause the video. If you want to keep going, then stay in your seat and we'll continue working. Go ahead and flip your packet and look at the letter D, the big capital letter D at the top of the page. I have one more story I'm going to read aloud to you. As I read, you can look at this picture at the top of your page. The sun was shining brightly when Josh got up. He dressed quickly in his t-shirt, shorts, and sneakers. Then he ran outside to do his chores. He fed the chickens and then ran past the barn up to the road to get the morning newspaper for his dad. On the way back to the house with the pet paper, Josh could smell something cooking, and he was hungry. Put your finger on number 1. Which picture shows what the weather is probably like when Josh woke up? Was it snowing? Was it raining? Or was it sunny? Circle the picture that shows what the weather was like when Josh got up. Please turn your page and flip your packet. You should be looking at the numbers 2 and 3, some pictures of cities, farms, and houses. Put your finger on number 2. Which picture shows where Josh probably lives? Think about the chores that Josh did in the story. Does he live in a city, on a farm, or in a neighborhood? Put your finger on number 3. Circle the picture that shows what is probably happening inside the house as Josh walks back from doing his chores. Are pancakes cooking on the stove? Are the dogs and pets chasing each other? Is Mom reading the newspaper? Circle the picture that shows what is probably happening when Josh is walking back from getting the paper for his dad. Please flip your packet. You should be looking at a big E at the top of your page. All right, my friends, you are doing an excellent job. We have a couple more sections to do, and we will be finished very soon. Put your finger on number 1. Look at the letter at the start of the row. I would like you to think of this sound, and I would like you to circle a picture who ends with the sound that this letter stands for. Now this is different for us. Normally we do what it starts with, but this letter doesn't have many words that it starts with. So this time we're doing what it ends with. Which picture shows something that ends with this letter? Hammer, camera, or box? Circle the picture that ends with this letter. Put your finger on number 2. We're going to ask the same question, but with some new pictures. Look at this letter. Think of the sound it makes. We're going to find the picture that ends with this sound. Fox, fan, or top. Circle the picture that ends with this letter. Turn your page and flip your packet. Okay, I'm going to ask you to read some sentences this time. The most important word that you sound out is the word that's underlined. So if this is overwhelming to you to read the whole sentence, I want you to focus on just the underlined word. Read the sentence and circle the picture that matches. Remember, if you don't know how to read all of these words, that's okay. Focus on the word that's underlined. Circle the picture that shows this sentence. You're going to do the same thing for number 4 as well. So if you need to pause the video, go ahead and do that now and unpause when you're ready. All right, make sure that for numbers 3 and 4, you have read both sentences and circled the picture that matches the underlined word. If you're not ready yet, pause the video now. I'm going to move on to the next section. Make sure you unpause and work back with me. We have one more section to do. You're going to do the same thing for number 5 that you did for 3 and 4. You're going to read the sentence and circle the picture that shows the underlined word. If that wasn't enough time for you, please pause the video, finish, and then keep working with me. We have one last part to do. When you're ready, please turn your page and flip your packet. Put your finger on number 1. I'm going to read a sentence to you, And I need you to choose which sight word should go in the blank spot. Here's the first sentence. The class talked with blank farmer. 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 Please circle which sight word should go in that blank spot. Put your finger on number 2. I'm going to read you a new sentence. Please only circle one of these sight words. Do not circle any more from the top. Number 2. He blank, I'll show you around my farm. Choose which sight word should go in that blank spot. I'll read the sentence 3 more times. He blank, I'll show you around my farm. He blank, I'll show you around my farm. He blank, I'll show you around my farm. Circle the sight word that should go in that blank spot. Please flip your packet. This is our last question and you have worked so nicely. Number 3. Circle the sight word that should go in the blank spot when I say blank. Everyone liked blank animals best. Everyone liked blank animals best. Everyone liked blank animals best. Please circle the sight word that should go in that blank spot. Everyone liked blank animals best. When you are all finished, you're done with your test. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you.